From the NMSU Department of Journalism and Media Studies in collaboration with KRWG, this is the student-produced News 22, where news matters.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Corey Preston.
And I'm Jade Mata Ornelas. The family of a 13-year-old boy who was shot and killed last month is calling for changes in the law to address juvenile crime. Another 13-year-old boy is charged with the killing.
It happened on March 30th. 13-year-old Chris Carnero was in his home when he was shot in the head. Another 13-year-old boy he had befriended is charged with involuntary manslaughter after bringing a firearm into the home. State senators and community members joined the parents in calling for change to address the rise in juvenile crime. Police say the driver of a pickup may have suffered a medical episode that caused him to crash on Highway 70 this morning.
That's right. It happened at around 7:30 this morning on Highway 70 East between Sonoma Ranch and Mesa Grande. Police say the driver might have been dead when the pickup hit the cables barriers dividing the highway and rolled over, and then struck another vehicle, but no injuries were reported for the other driver. The pickup driver has not been identified. Carmina Conde is next with a first look at weather.
Thanks, guys. Let's take a look at those current conditions that we have right now in the city of Las Cruces. Now, today we had some partly cloudy skies with a temperature of 75 degrees. Winds are very windy today they're blowing out west-southwest 15 miles per hour. Now, that's actually causing tons of unhealthy air quality here in Cruces. The humidity is at 20%, our dew point at 33 degrees, and our barometer at 29.988 inches. Our high for today was of 77 degrees, our average of 74, and our low of 59 degrees. Our record was in 2017 with 85 degrees, and our low in 2007 with 32 degrees. We didn't have any rain today, meaning our yearly rainfall of 2.00 inches. Now back to the desk.
The NMSU community is taking a stand against gender-based violence.
Students, scholars, and activists gathered to call attention to feminicide in the borderlands. Carmina Conde reports.
As long as you paint over it.
Francisco Moran is turning fabric and beads into a message of remembrance.
So right now what I'm doing is I'm adding red beads to this black dress. And then after I'm done on the waistline, I'll add a pink cross in the middle of it.
The design draws inspiration from artist Irene Siemens, who 20 years ago displayed pink crosses with dresses across the NMSU campus, honoring victims of feminicide in Ciudad Juarez.
Yeah, Juarez is on the other side of the border, but it's still relatively close. It kind of shows you like unity between people.
This is part of the 21st J. Paul Taylor Social Justice Symposium, which highlights Ni Una Más, Not One More, a movement against feminicide and gender-based violence.
That's an issue that is very near and dear to me and to so many other people. The issue of feminicidios, where women and girls went missing or were assassinated in the northern regions of Mexico, but in this case, Chihuahua in particular.
Alongside the crosses and dressmaking, the symposium held a candlelight vigil, giving the community a space to reflect and remember. Voices joined together singing Ni Una Más, an anthem honoring victims. Behind me are some of the crosses, dresses, and candlelights that the people just put there. All throughout the world, they represent a symbol for femicide and the victims of gender violence. Families of victims, scholars, and human rights defenders also gather outside of Corvette Center to raise conversation about the topic.
It's important that these generations talk about these forms of violence and gender-based violence, because these are some of the most horrendous forms of violence that we have experienced historically in our region.
For many students, the experience challenges how they view the world.
I think it opens a lot of students' eyes. They realize like not everything's all peaches and cream. They realize like there's another situation outside of the university and outside of the U.S.
Organizers hope the message continues to raise awareness. Carmina Conde, News 22.
If you or someone you know is struggling with domestic violence, you can contact the Office of Institutional Equity at 575-646-3635. The Doña Ana County Commission wants more information about Project Jupiter under construction in Santa Teresa. The commission approved the big data center last September. At the time, the company assured that advanced technology would ensure the center would not overload the water system and electrical grid. But media reports have raised questions about those assertions. The board's resolution directs the county manager and 2 county commissioners to determine whether any project details differ from those originally presented to the board. Stay tuned. Carmina will be back with your national weather forecast.
But first, could saying I do lower your cancer risks? How relationships may play a role in your health. More on that when News 22 continues.
Having aired in the U.S. and internationally for over 3 decades, Wailana Yoga helped pioneer the modern-day yoga movement. With her clear and authentic instruction set against spectacular scenic backdrops and uplifting music, Wailana makes yoga easily accessible and enjoyable for people of all backgrounds and experience levels.
Sunday morning at 6:30 on KRWG-Public Media.
Welcome back to our sewing room for the 4700 series of Love of Quilting.
These new episodes are packed with fresh skills and inspiring projects, from bold, large-scale patchwork to quick and satisfying small designs.
Let's explore new and creative techniques like using a compensation plate for bulky seams, couching yarn to embellish, and even dyeing quilts with indigo.
From piecing and quilting to our beloved viewer tips, stitch along with us on this season of Love of Quilting.
Tuesday at 2:30 p.m. on KRWG Public Media.
I think I should give my mom a call more often.
I think I'll have to give her a call too. What do you think, Carmina?
You know, in some places they say that rain does bring good luck in your marriage today. So let's take a look if the rest of the country's feeling lucky today. Let's start over the West Coast. Los Angeles is sitting at a nice 72 sunny skies degrees. That's perfect weather if you're going to Coachella this weekend to enjoy that kind of sunny vibe music festival type of thing. Moving over to Phoenix, they have 79 degrees with sunny skies too. That's actually a little lower than they normally are during those dates, which is really good because it gives them a break from that hot heat that they have in that desert. Moving over to our neighbors in El Paso, they have cloudy skies with 77 degrees, sharing those cloudy skies with us right now. And moving over into the coast, we see Miami sitting at 79 degrees with some of those cloudy skies too. Moving over to the Atlantic coast, we also see them sharing some of those cloudy skies. Washington is at 89 degrees and New York at 83 degrees. Now moving over to my next map, let's take a look at how that rain is looking over for the rest of the country. Starting over the North Pacific West, we see some of those states receiving tons of rain with kind of some snow coming from 1 to 5 inches. But my friends who are definitely struggling with rain right now are currently the ones in the upper Midwest coming to the south. Now it is tornado season, so they definitely have a tornado and thunderstorm watch right now, which brings me over to my next map. What we have right here are some images of a tornado seen yesterday in Minnesota. If you're there or if you have family or friends right there, definitely watch out and tell them to take care. Now, tornadoes are very common in this area, especially because we have a wind coming from the west of the country and also some humidity and moisture coming from the Gulf of America. So that might be a nice possibility of why we have so many tornadoes in this Midwest South area. Now, that's all I have for your national weather, but don't go anywhere because I'll be back with your local temperatures.
Howdy, stargazers. We're amidst the warmth of spring. Summer's on the way. If you want a workout buddy, you got the ultimate ones right in the sky. Hercules, Bootes, and Ophiuchus. Hit the darkness around midnight and use the Arc-to-Arcturus trick from the Big Dipper to find the booty of Bootes the herdsman. Did you catch his kite-shaped figure? He can herd something. Next, spike from Arcturus to Spica in Virgo, spying on the boys, I'm sure, and make a slanted box with Arcturus and Spica on the right and Vega and Razelhag on the left. Razelhag is the head of Ophiuchus the Serpent Bearer, going full Brittany. Ophi is technically the 13th zodiac, but he's not unlucky. Above Razel and between Vega and Arcturus is the keystone figure of Hercules, so fine that he is still famous all these centuries later. Clearly, I need to get my beach body working. Keep looking up.
Welcome back to News 22. Let's take a look at how the rest of the state is doing. Starting over Farmington, they're at nice 55 degrees, Santa Fe 55.2, Albuquerque 68 degrees, Gallup 57, Socorro 76, Clovis 77, Ruidoso 60 degrees, Roswell, they're very warm today with 82 degrees, Las Cruces 77, and Deming 77 too. Now for tomorrow, we're going to see some colder temperatures in the north part of the state, with Farmington at 66 degrees, Santa Fe 62, Albuquerque 70 degrees, Gallup 64, Clovis 78, Socorro 75 degrees, Ruidoso 64 degrees, Roswell 80 degrees, and Las Cruces and Deming are actually staying at the same temperatures of today. In Alamogordo tonight, you guys are going to have some partly cloudy skies with a low of 62 degrees, so it's going to be a little chilly, but don't worry because tomorrow you guys are going to have plenty of sunny skies with a high of 75 degrees. And then for Turtle Consequences, 64 for your low tonight with very clear skies, as well as tomorrow clear skies with a high of 78 degrees. For Silver City, you guys are going to be very chilly tonight with a low of 51 degrees, some cloudy skies, and tomorrow a high of 70 degrees with some sunny skies. Now for the city of the Cruces, Las Cruces, you're going to be a low of 62 degrees tonight with some cloudy skies like we saw today, but tomorrow don't worry because we're going to have some normal sunny skies with a high of 77 degrees. Now let's take it back to the desk for more news.
Varvara is next with sports.
Thanks, guys. Coming up in sports, NMSU men's baseball has finally rescheduled their game against UNM. You can toss that remote because News 22 Sports is next.
On this season of Patty's Mexican Table, we are in the Yucatan Peninsula. ¡Qué rico! I'm gonna take all the things I learned here and put them to use in my kitchen so that you can use them too.
Friday at 2:30 p.m. on KRWG Public Media.
The news comes at you so fast that sometimes you miss stories that impact you. Enter KRWG's Friday News Wrap. Explore exclusive content, in-depth news, deeper dives into stories, and so much more. Get it delivered to your email by subscribing free at krwg.org. KRWG Public Media, powered by you.
Join KRWG Public Media for a free screening of the independent lens film The Librarians at Thomas Brannigan Memorial Library in Las Cruces, Thursday, April 23rd. Doors open at 5 p.m. and the screening begins promptly at 5:30, followed by a short discussion. Light snacks will be provided.
This is KRWG-TV News 22 Sports.
For the win! He got it!
Welcome back. I'm Varvara and let's talk sports. New Mexico State baseball team finally announced the date of the matchup against UNM. It is a big return home for the Aggies as they prepare to face New Mexico after a tough 4-game stretch on the road. Now, back in front of their home crowd, the Aggies are looking to bounce back and build a momentum in a rivalry matchup. With fans bringing the energy, this game could be a turning point in their season. The game is set for later this week, and all eyes will be on Las Cruces as the Aggies take the field. Well, speaking of baseball, New Mexico State defeated Western Kentucky 10-7 this Sunday. The Aggies came out hot, building an early 5-0 lead behind a strong offensive showing from Brendan Clisby, who finished with 4 RBIs and a home run. New Mexico State kept the pressure on, scoring in 5 different innings and extending the lead to 10-3 before Western Kentucky attempted a late comeback. Now, Aggies are looking forward to their home game against UNM later this week. New Mexico State senior golfer Emma Bunch has been selected as a 2026 ambassador for Anika Development Program. This program helps top college players transition into professional golf, and it selects only a few athletes each year. Bunch will receive elite training, mentorship, and financial support as she begins her pro career. She is also preparing for the Conference USA Championship, where she is aiming to win her 3rd straight individual title. Emma Bunch continues to be one of the New Mexico State's top performers this season. New Mexico State's softball team wrapped up a dominant weekend with an 8-0 win over the UTEP on Sunday. Can you believe that? Competing the series sweep at the New Mexico State softball complex. The Aggies struck early with a 2-run home run from Maddie Backman and looked back after that. Destin Burks added a solo shot while Tamara Carranza drove into 2 runs during a big 3rd inning. With the win, New Mexico State carries strong momentum into the next weekend's conference road series at Middle Tennessee. And that's all for sports tonight. Join us for more sports action tomorrow. Still ahead on News 22, Carmina will be back to take a look at your 5-day forecast.
We're here in Washington to find out what comes next.
Donald Trump won re-election, promising to reduce illegal immigration.
The Republicans will have a majority. Will that really solve America's migrant crisis?
Not only at home, but around the world.
They're preparing for what might be coming.
Our correspondents give you the full story.
We're now hearing several explosions after an evacuation warning.
For a global perspective, join us on BBC World News America.
Creating a will, trust, or an estate plan can be expensive, time-consuming, and oftentimes frustrating. KRWG Public Media is pleased to offer our members no-cost access to Giving Docs, whose online tools will help you plan for the people and causes that mean the most to you. Don't put this off any longer and learn more about Giving Docs at krwg.org/legacy. KRWG Public Media, powered by you.
All right, that's everything from us tonight. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, and you have a tune in tomorrow for more News 22, but don't go too far because Sofia Martinez is next with Noticias 22. I'm Corey Preston.
And I'm Kadema Tornelas. Thank you for joining us.
This news brief en español is brought to you by Noticias 22, la información más completa de Nuevo México, El Paso y la frontera. Noticias 22.
Muy buenas tardes, mi nombre es Sofía Martínez y hoy les traigo las breves con Noticias 22. Afuera de las Cruces, en el ayuntamiento, más de 50 personas se reunieron en una conferencia para apoyar la familia del joven de 13 años, Christopher Carnero, quien murió el mes pasado después de ser disparado. Senadores estatales, miembros de la comunidad y familiares de la víctima se unieron para exigir que aborden el aumento de la delincuencia juvenil. La madre de Christopher dice que la seguridad de los niños debe ser la prioridad principal para todos. El joven de 13 años, presuntamente responsable de disparar a Christopher, es acusado de homicidio involuntario tras haber llevado un arma de fuego a la casa de los Carnero. Según la policía de Las Cruces, entre los años 2012 y 2019 no hubo menores acusados de asesinato, pero desde el 2020 han habido 18. En la mañana, en la autopista 70, el conductor de una camioneta pick-up sufrió un grave accidente. La policía dice que la causa del accidente pudo haber sido porque sufrió un episodio médico ocurrido en la mañana alrededor de las 7:30. La policía dice que el conductor pudo haber estado muerto ya cuando ocurrió el disparo. Buenas noches, gracias por estar con nosotros hoy.